and this is my good friend Tim Salve and my good friend Leslie Logan.
Hello.
I'm just here to make trouble.
And we're excited that you are either going to or thinking seriously about participating in community. We have to practice saying that name. Community. There we go. Got it. And we all three are musicians, and we're here to talk especially to you musicians about what we expect of you on that day. Probably the first word that I would use to describe it musically would be variety.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean like, all the way from the 70s to the 90s, rock and roll. I mean, some of that, plus the 1770s.
Yes.
And the 1911s and the 2011.
Let's talk through a little bit, Dan, about how it's going to flow that day, particularly this collaboration part.
What we're imagining and what we're really going to be working for is, let's say you are band A. That's assuming you have bands, maybe you're a string quartet or maybe you're a solo act, whatever, but we'll call you band A for now. Is that all right? You get up on the platform and you give us your 15 minutes of the best stuff you got. Now, 15 minutes is really short, and that's going to be really painful. There's several reasons we're doing that. One, if you're not any good.
That's right.
If you're watching this video, that is not you. But there might be somebody else there that day you're glad they're only doing 15 minutes. So Band A gets up on the platform, does their favorite 15-minute thing. Then they stay there, and they are joined by a number of other musicians. Now, while you're doing your 15 minutes, this is what I'm thinking. Leslie will be there, Tim will be there, I'll be there, there'll be other musicians. We'll be thinking, who's going to sound really good with these guys or these girls?
And we'll think about this ahead of time.
They're going to come and join you on the platform, and you're going to play something together. Of course, never having rehearsed, but the only reason you are on this program is because we believe you have the quality and the skill to pull this off.
One way this collaboration might happen is if a band is good at, let's call it jamming, then they can just start playing. It'd be a good idea if we had a chord chart or something, just something maybe, at least knowing what key you're going to play in that day. And believe me, we'll think through this. We'll get the right musicians with you. We have some amazing musicians in our, we're calling it the musicians stable.
Yep.
Not that the musicians are stable, but at least they're in our stable. And we have some fantastic ones. One that can flow with anything you might do.
Yep.
Concept being this, that because the event is called ComeUNITY Now, we'll be unified in what we're doing.
That's right.
And this is something that I think that the people who come to this festival are going to be shocked to see. This never happens.
Another way this might work out is that if you're not really comfortable jamming with somebody else or with a group, what we'd be willing to do is have you start your song or your piece and then maybe trade off, pass the baton to another band that's up on stage. So you may play a verse and they may join you by playing your song, second verse, maybe their style. Another way we could do it would be like a call and response where you play a bar or two, maybe 4 bars, and then they play it back to you, sort of like their own style, repeating back to you what you've done.
Let me reiterate what Leslie just said. Some of you are very comfortable with the idea of jamming, especially you jazz and pop rock musicians, blues, that's all you do.
Yeah.
Some of you, this is so foreign, you're not sure, and I want to just help you relax a little bit, say, if you're not comfortable playing with us, trust me, we have people who are comfortable playing with you.
Yes, that's
and if you're not comfortable with people playing with you, then you're probably not watching this video. Okay?
When a band is coming to set up, we're asking them to come 45 minutes ahead of time.
Exactly.
Right.
Got it? 45 minutes
that.
early.
Well, we have to have some time to make sure that everybody's in place.
Yep.
We have to have some time to make sure your instruments are plugged in, checked in with the sound guy. And the way that we're going to be doing that is that during this collaboration time, there are 2 bands playing together. The next band that's in line to play their set will be coming up to work with the sound techs to get set up.
Exactly. What the stars of this program, turns out, are really going to be the sound guys.
That's right.
Right?
Absolutely.
And we want you sound guys to know that you're like gods. Yeah, Leslie said. So while 2 bands are still playing, you're going to come up and start plugging in. What we do when we're warming up is we have our favorite little ditties that we fall into. Oh, I can play this. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Because it won't fit in with what's already going on the platform.
That's right.
So even though you're not going to be in the mains while you're plugging in, for a few minutes, we would like you to dovetail, just fit in with what's already going on. It'll be so much more fun.
We're going to provide backline.
Okay.
Which means that we'll have a couple of sets of drums, we're going to have a couple of guitar amps, we're going to have a couple of bass amps.
Right.
We'll have a basic keyboard set up there. If you have special sounds or special
Gotcha,
patches,
that's true,
whatever.
that's true.
You're going to
Right.
bring your own keyboard, set it up as
You do that
early
already,
as you
didn't you?
need to set it up, and tear it down as quick as
That's
you
right.
can tear it down.
You don't need to leave when your gig is done.
That's right, please don't
And-
leave.
Yeah, in fact, stick around, because if you stick around, it's very likely that we will call on you.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And if you hear a band that you just go, oh, I can so play with those guys, and feel free to do the first grade, ooh,
Right.
pick me, you know, because maybe we will. No, we didn't talk about the song list
Yep,
yet.
we did not talk about that.
Leslie's got a great start. We will be working on more on coming up with a song list.
So, with you are at your last song, you played your 15 minutes of fame and your best stuff. Now we've come to the point where you're ready to collaborate. We've put together a song list for you.
Be on the
and
website,
It
right?
will be on our website. You check that out, and what you'll do is you'll go there and choose a song that you're comfortable with, and then submit that to us so that we can either provide you with a chord chart that everyone can join you in, or you can provide a chord chart and we'll coordinate with you after you choose that collaboration song.
Exactly.
So let me get this straight. They're going to go and pick from a list of collaboration songs. This is if they don't choose to just jam something.
That's right.
Got it?
They choose the song, then they can provide a chord chart to you,
Yes.
and we'll get the musicians to
Yep.
play with that chord chart, or they can choose the one that you've
Exactly.
got.
That's right.
Solos. Let's deal with solos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, it almost sounds like we're talking to all instrumentalists here, and we are kind of leaning a little bit that way, but
Yeah.
we get a lot of singers, got 2 singers here, and if your act is a singing act, then that's actually quite simple. You know, you pick your song,
That's right.
give us a chord chart, we'll accompany you.
Yes,
And
that's true.
Soloists, if you are a soloist but you come with your own band, you got the idea.
We will have a house band ready for you, but you need to make sure that you submit your stuff 2 weeks in advance at the least
Yep.
for our house band to
Yep.
be able to get familiar with your song.
If you're a singer and you're going to have the house band playing with you on a
Right.
song, when you provide chord charts, it needs to match the recording that you give us for that song. If it doesn't, and if you're not sure that it doesn't match that song, you need to let us know.
So in other words, you could ask for a key change as long as the chord progression is the same.
Yeah, if you
On the-
provide us a
yeah.
recording of a song, we're going to play it just like the recording.
Right.
There you go.
Do not give us a chord chart that you pulled off of
There you go.
eChords.com,
Thank you, because
because they're always wrong.
somebody might
Yeah.
do that. That's right, those chord charts you get online, they're
Yeah.
what?
They're wrong.
Yes.
Let me say that again. The
Almost
chord charts you get
always.
online are wrong.
When in doubt, send us the recording and tell us that you don't have a good chord chart, and we'll take care of that for you.
Absolutely.
A couple times in the day, is that what we
Yes.
we decided, like
We
twice in the day.
decided no more than once every 2 hours.
Yeah, we're gonna have a grand jam,
Yeah.
right? Where if you're there and you're a musician, you there, you got your acts, you can play it.
That's right.
And you can even come out on the platform and play it. Now that doesn't, let me just go ahead and tell you, that doesn't necessarily mean that we will mic you.
Right?
Sorry. It'll be fun. That'll just be like several times a day, a total jam. Anybody can play
That's
that
right.
wants to.
May just pick a chord progression, may pick a
Yep.
simple song, and just go to it.
Exactly.
And we realize we're asking for something really crazy that
Exactly.
you normally
Pretty
wouldn't do when you're playing out on a gig. But the reason we're doing this is because it would be nice for us to be able to make a statement to Raleigh and
Yeah.
to this whole area
Yep.
that we can come together when things happen.
Yes.
And so the victims of these tornadoes and the other folks that we're helping here, it'll make a tremendous statement to them. If we just come out, we're ready to have fun,
Yep.
just relax.
Exactly.
The part that you are going to get to do what you normally do is that 15 to 20 minutes that you're doing your thing.
Yep.
Don't worry about it after that. Everybody knows this is not going to go well at every moment, and we're just going to laugh it off.
It's exactly right. Exactly. And I've got a hunch people are gonna love watching
Absolutely.
it.
It's really important that
Very
we forgot
important.
to say, we need each band to bring one hat, one strange or different looking hat to the event. Every band has to have a special hat, so
Yeah.
make sure that you bring that along with you.
You don't
It's
have a
vital.
strange hat, we're gonna look at you strangely.
Yeah, we might.
I'm going to do my sombrero.
Yeah?
There you go. Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Hat, cat, and hat.
I'm gonna come as an Indian chief.
Excellent. Good. See ya.